Welcome to another episode in this series on my channel where I take you behind one of the songs I've released and share insights about life that are built into the lyrics. It's all with the goal of helping you to continue improving the quality of your life, and today we're talking about Hold the Power.
Hold the power in your hands. Look around from where you stand and feel you.
Hold the Power is really a song about the struggles that we as humans can often find ourselves going through as we're faced with the challenging situations in our lives. In the song itself, there are a few big lessons. I find when I write, there's lessons in there for me personally that help me through a situation that I might be going through. And so maybe they can be helpful for other people as well, like they've been for me. I feel that music's been there for me in some of my most challenging times, some of my maybe darkest hours, and helped me understand myself a little better than maybe if it wasn't there. The first lesson I want to talk about here is building your strength. When we're faced with a challenging situation, it can sometimes feel that we're not able to overcome it because it's really hitting us hard. Maybe it feels that we're alone, that other people don't understand what we're going through. It's in those moments that all of a sudden you must learn something. You must learn something new because you're faced with a challenge, and what you've been doing up until now isn't helping you solve it, isn't allowing you to solve it and overcome it and move through and move on to the next phase of your life. The strength that you build in those moments is, I find, is monumental compared to maybe when just anything's going really, really well. You know, you can still grow through those periods, but there's something to be said for when you're really challenged. Usually there's a huge amount of growth that you're going to go through. That can be what allows you to not only overcome the challenge now, but also have a new piece of wisdom available for you to deal with the next challenge that comes up and almost build upon that strength that you've built in this challenge to be able to overcome the next challenge that might be even bigger. If you're going through a challenging situation right now, if you're being really challenged right now, a way of reframing that is this is an opportunity for me to learn and grow. This is an opportunity for me to learn and grow. If you can, in those moments when you're being really challenged, knowing and understanding, and just look back at the previous challenges that you've gone through and how much stronger you became as a result of that challenge occurring. Ask yourself, would I have learned the amount that I learned if that challenge didn't occur? Often the answer is no, I wouldn't have learned as much. And so if you can see these challenges as opportunities, again, reframe it to this is an opportunity for me to learn and grow, all of a sudden that's where you can really build the strength from, because you're in the right frame of mind to learn something. You're open to growing, you're open to evolving. And that's where you can potentially then learn what's required to overcome it, have the courage to actually implement that, and then, ideally, in a day's time, a week's time, a month's time, a year's time, be able to look back on that situation and see who you became as a result of that. The second lesson I'd love to have a chat about here comes from the second verse. After a pretty empowering and inspiring chorus, we're talking about holding the power and that inner strength. The second verse, and it comes back down again. And there's a reason for that. The first few lines of that second verse, hold up a minute before you break through. This may be one of the many times you fall. When we are on the verge of a breakthrough, of overcoming something big and challenging in our lives, it can feel like we're coming out the other side of it. And sometimes a bigger challenge arises. The ability to be able to, when it seems like you're through and you've got the momentum, and then bang, you get whacked back down again. That takes real strength and commitment to overcoming and working through it. This is where I think it's really advantageous to stay humble. Because the moment that you think, I've solved it all, there's probably another challenge that's going to be coming your way at some stage, and you're going to maybe be blindsided from it. It's not about focusing all the time on problems, but it's knowing that they're going to come up. a mentor of mine said years ago, it's not about getting rid of the problems. It's about you becoming the person you need to be to deal with the problems as they arise. And so knowing that as you're breaking through, as you're overcoming the challenges in your lives, there are going to be other challenges that come up. And sometimes you get the full breakthrough straight away. Other times it's going to be, there are going to be multiple layers. And if you can know that about life, you're in I see a great position to be able to acknowledge when something occurs, see it for what it is, and then more importantly, work on how am I going to overcome that. The final lesson here is actually built into a couple of parts in the song. You'll find true and truth within the chorus and within the second verse. There's a reason for that. Within the chorus, it goes, notice all that has been, notice every little thing. It's all true. Then in the second verse, know this, the truth is in your mind. What I'm referring to here is your reality, what you believe to be real in the world. And the fact that we all have different versions of that, of what we believe to be true. We can't possibly know exactly what that is based on who we are as humans. We can only process a very small amount of the information that's coming to us any single particular second, any particular moment. Knowing that can be extraordinarily empowering, because now you know that you can change your reality. That if you're not getting a result that you're wanting, you can shift your beliefs about what is possible. If you aren't getting a result that you're wanting, you can learn a new skill to change your reality. If there is a certain challenge that you're going through, in your mind, your belief about whether you can overcome it, and therefore usually the action that follows, or non-action, depending on what the belief is, the truth is in your mind. Whether you can or whether you cannot, the truth is in your mind. Notice all that has been, notice every little thing. It's all true. It's true based on how you've perceived it, based on what you believe to be real. Now, if you're getting the results that you want, continue that narrative. If you're not, though, you have the power, notice, hold the power in your hands. You have the power to be able to change that narrative. To me, that's extraordinarily powerful. I mean, all three of these lessons have been hugely impactful for me personally, knowing that there is strength that is often built in the really dark moments, knowing that there are waves that we go through, the ups and the downs throughout our journey to mastery, and knowing that we create our own reality, that the truth is in our minds, that we have the power, hold the power in our hands, we have the power to change our situation if it's not getting us the results that we want. What's been your favorite lesson from this episode? Post it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.
I know this.